Peace, love, light, and Kingdom Black Supremacy. How's everybody doing? There are a couple topics at minimum I want to talk about in this particular video. Firstly, well, I'll just say what the topics are going to be and then I'll get into my content. But I want to talk about the playlist, the Kingdom Black Supremacy playlist. And then I also want to talk about mental realities of the Matrix and noticing it when you see it. So I want to talk about both those topics. So I will first start out by talking about the mental barriers that you may potentially have as a King Noble Black supremacist, because we're all growing at our own pace. We have our own little obstacles that we need to ascend past. So with this video, just utilize it as you will. But okay, so, and then I also want to use some examples, because a lot of the times when we physically escape the matrix, we still have consistent detaching and deprogramming that we must do. It is not enough to get the physical body out of the matrix. By actually getting the physical body out of the matrix, what I mean is the physical attachment to, say if you live in a house or an apartment and you leave and now you live on the land or something like that, you still have that programming that you must also get rid of and detach from. But people's like, okay, I just have to keep A, B, C, D. No, it goes a lot deeper than that. So in this video, I wanted to bring some awareness to you of what you also may need to detach from, that you may not even known that you may have to detach from. Okay, so for example, many of us know what it feels like to work on plantation, work on corporations. I usually refer that as the plantation. It's just more of a mental plantation. You think that you are getting something. You think that there are levels. You know what I'm saying? There's levels. Yes, there are levels, but it's like the Matrix trained us to the Matrix will throw us a bone, and then if we give the bone back to the Matrix will give us this illusion that there's supposed to be a reward. It disfocuses you from appreciation, and it distracts you from blessings, from infinite blessings from coming through. Now, I had two examples. I know the work one is a really, really good one. Seniority. Seniority could be a strong force, a strong importance in King Noble Black supremacy, without a doubt. But as a King Noble Black supremacist, what are you doing to secure your seniority? Are you holding on to the title of seniority? Pretty much this video is just to make sure you're continuing to ascend the mental barriers. Like, as King Noble Black supremacists, we have to devote selflessly through our thoughts, through what we say and what we express. And that is also something that today I am also deciding to do. As a King Noble Black supremacist, I will not talk against my brother or my sister. Today is a new day to be enlightened and maintain that frequency of enlightenment and not be distracted with anything else that is outside the realms of the supreme divine black reality. I'm just trying to think here, because it's easy to make content to help levels of ascension, to encourage levels of ascension, But if I myself am being hypocritical and I'm not pushing this message properly in my higher self, then I'm doing more damage. So I'm making sure that a higher percent of this message is going to be grasped. You know how there are intentional distractions in the matrix so that you will intentionally not focus on the things that you're supposed to focus. Well, in this video, I need it to reach the hearts of the sincere, the secure King Noble Black supremacists who are really serious about devotion. There are several ways to devote, and as I said and shared again, we're at our own level. Your lack of sincerity, that's you want to make sure that you're secured on all levels. Pretty much, it's like basically the full picture on why we may not be properly aligning in our ascensions, why we may be unbalanced in our ascensions, is due to distractions. So we have to make sure we are not distracted. I feel like I'm going in a circle with this video. Okay, well, if I think of something, I'm gonna go back to that particular topic, because I want to be able to share and say what I need to say, and most of it be effective. Okay, so my playlist. I am working on my playlist. Please be patient with me. But what I wanted to say about the playlist is that I highly recommend that you work on your study of the classic King Noble Black Supremacy playlist before you enter into any other King Noble Black Supremacy playlist, because those other playlists are specifically for devotees. They're not for the maybe minds who may be interested in the path. The maybe minds need to go over to classic King Noble Black Supremacy, read deeply within the material, meditate and study deeply within the material, and then once they are clear on being a King Noble Black supremacist and there is nothing else, then you can enter into those other playlists, because those other playlists will put you in other realms. So you want to go into study first, and then you want to kind of build a connection with, through those other playlists, and then you want to start spreading the message of King Noble Black supremacy. Okay, back to my other topic. Just yet and still keeping focus and taking heeds of the signs of the matrix mind. Yes, taking heed of the signs. So as a King Noble Black supremacist, we have to make sure that whoever we're interacting with, what I was saying, as a King Noble Black supremacist, what we have to do and what we have to keep in mind is that no matter who we interact with, and when I say no matter who, I'm talking specifically about King Noble Black supremacists, and then I'll talk about, the others. But when we are interacting with fellow King Noble Black supremacists, no matter where they are at in their ascension, no matter what the illusions may reveal to us about them, we must be an example to them. We must be a higher self and higher source to them, because we do not want to become distracted on who they should be, because when we are distracted on who they should be, then we are pretty much putting that energy on ourselves too, in a certain sense. So we do have to kind of try not to do that as much, because I know that I might be sounding real crazy, real silly, because I do this shit too. So this video isn't just for a fellow King Noble Black supremacist, but it's something that I discovered and that I am going to decide to do today, because I stay in the present, and I'm encouraging other King Noble Black supremacists to do the same. So if there's something in your spirit that, you know, shows that something isn't right or something isn't appropriate, you have to be what you want to be. You have to be what you want to see. You cannot allow that other stuff to, you know, cause you to fold, because it's like, we'll think that, you know, a little bit of something, or just discussing a little bit of something is okay, but it's not. It's where your heart is. It's where your intentions are. Sometimes we do need sincere solutions to our issues. So it has to be discussed. It has to be talked out, so that way we can further our ascension. Otherwise, it leaves us stuck in an energy. But make sure that you're using it for that, and you're not sharing things, you know, to develop connection, because lack of connection is a fucking illusion too. See, this rabbit hole goes so deep. So I'm gonna go back to the playlist, talking about the playlist too. I am also working on a playlist for specifically the King Noble Black supremacists. I added my first 2 videos, and then I'm also gonna add the prayer, the Lord's Prayer to King Noble Black Supremacy, that will also be able to be accessed on the King Noble Black Supremacy Self-Help. So pretty much newcomers, all you need to do is go to that classic King Noble Black Supremacy and study and absorb the content, you know, and then move on to those other playlists. So you need to work on your ascension there first before you can ascend on those other playlists too. So yeah, this video is probably gonna be pretty long, because this is probably one of my most important videos to put out. So I'm hoping that I can bring myself justice and other King Noble Black supremacists justice for to get everything that I am meant to get out today and in this moment, because man, if I nail it in this video, then I won't necessarily have to worry about, you know, dealing with that, you know. So I'm trying to stay in the moment, stay present, and really get this information out as soon as possible, because the quicker I can get the message out, the quicker we can ascend to the levels where we need to be at, and we stop playing with our ascension in that way. But when we talk about seniority, we talk about, well, you know, if you just hang in there, that there's some value to that. Or we use seniority as a root to compare one another to one another. That is the systems of white supremacy, and we have to break our barriers of that. Now, if we are doing everything that we can, we are in a space of acceptance within our own growth and our own ascension level, and we know we are doing the best we can, and we are rocking hard for King Noble Black supremacy, then there's no need to be defensive against this video, myself included, myself not discluded from this video, you know, because like I said, definitely talking to myself. It's hard to go periods without unconsciously and consciously using it as an opportunity to kind of compare yourself to other people, because it's a mental program too. It's like people, they'll be doing it, but they'll call it something else, that type of shit, you know. But the only thing that matters is you're pure-hearted and you really want to move past that, and you're 1,000,000,000% on King Noble Black supremacy. Like I said, it's important to know where you're at and to focus where you're at and focus on your ascension. the outside entities will distract you. So if you are focused on you and your ascension, naturally the entities around you will ascend. So there's not necessarily any reason for it to talk low or necessarily talk high about them. Like, it's okay for it to give a fellow black supremacist, a firm, good job, black man, black woman, black child. But your ascension is top priority. You cannot obsess over the illusion of separation, because if you are moving into your higher self, those around you will follow as well. But you can't allow them to distract you, because if you get distracted, your vibration then gets lowered. So we got to be mindful of that, and we got to make sure we're not doing that. Let me think. What else did I want to bring up? That's pretty much it. I'm probably going to have to come with a part 2, because as a K-double black supremacist and as somebody who wants to go beyond and ascend past certain levels, I know that this content that I'm making for you all, just being in that mental space of that, I know I'm probably going to have to actually bring in more material. But I wanted to come in on this video really strong. So if I got to make another video, I got to make another video. But pretty much just stay focused. And remember, to the members, I do recommend that you go to the classic King Noble, listen to the content, absorb it, meditate on it. And then once you are firm and solid and clear on your ascension process in King Noble Black Supremacy, then you can really be able to absorb those other the other content in those other playlists. Thank you for tuning in. Peace, love, light, and King Noble Black Supremacy.